Guys, this is kind of dangerous, and I don't mean that in a dramatic kind of way. I mean that in a very literal, historical, grown up kind of way. The McDonald Trump administration is preparing to let the New START treaty expire. That's the last remaining nuclear arms control agreement between the United States and Russia. It's the one that limits how many deployed nuclear warheads, missiles, and bombers each country can have, while also allowing inspections so that way both sides actually know what's going on with the other one. Now, once this expires, for the first time since the Cold War, there will be zero binding limits and zero inspections between the two largest nuclear powers on Earth. Now, the reasons being given sounds tough on the surface. They say Russia can't be trusted. They say we need leverage. They say China is just isn't included, so it's unfair. But the part people need to understand is that arms control has never been about trust. It's about verification. That's why inspections exist. You don't just dismantle the system that lets you see what the other side is doing and call that strength. It's ignorance. And you don't gain leverage by removing the guardrails first. Now, do you? And guys, what actually happens when this treaty expires is not abstract. Data sharing will stop, inspections will stop, transparency will disappear. And when transparency disappears, mark my words, military planners don't assume the best, they assume the worst. And that is exactly how arms races start. Not because somebody wants war, but because uncertainty forces escalation by default. You have to plan for the most aggressive possibility because you no longer have reliable information coming in. And guys, that is the most dangerous part for our country. This isn't about being soft on Russia, it's about preventing miscalculation. Arms control is boring on purpose. Boring is good when the stakes are nuclear annihilation. Most experts even agree that even if you do want a broader agreement that includes China, the responsible move now is to extend New START while negotiating, not to blow it up and hope something magically appears out of thin air. This this keeps fitting into a larger pattern that we all keep seeing, hopefully. Long term stabilizing institutions are being abandoned for short term political optics. Looking strong is being prioritized over actually keeping the world stable. Letting this treaty expire doesn't make any of us safer at all. It makes everything less predictable, less transparent, and far more dangerous. And when it comes to nuclear fallout and weapons, unpredictability is the last thing that we want. Anyways, guys, I'm just here for the facts, accountability, and human dignity. If you believe in that too, please hit that follow button. Love you guys.